Welcome to Chapter 3, Making Ethical Decisions and Managing a Socially Responsible Business. Some of the topics we're going to be going over in this chapter are individual business ethics, how companies influence the ethical conduct of their employees, how to manage a business to make sure it's socially responsible. We'll talk about what responsibilities companies have to its stakeholders, and we'll finish with trends affecting ethics in business. Your textbook defines ethics as a set of moral standards for judging whether something is right or wrong. It seems like it'd be fairly straightforward that companies would encourage employees to act ethically and owners of businesses would ensure that their business played a high ethical role within society. But if you read business magazines or watch the news, you can see that this isn't always the case. Whether it's upper-level management falsifying accounting records within Enron, or Philip Morris testifying falsely to protect the tobacco industry, on down to employees stealing office supplies. More and more businesses are being held responsible for the actions of their employees and ensuring that they act in a very ethical way. And we're going to explore all those different theories and definitions of what comprises a business acting ethically. Within individual business ethics, there's three main theories that you base your decision-making on. One is utilitarianism, another is individual rights, and the third is justice. Utilitarianism is based on the idea that you make a decision that will result in the greatest good for the greatest number of people. For example, when George W. Bush decided to send troops into Afghanistan, his reasoning was utilitarian in that he felt that it would serve the greatest number of people, even though there would be people within Afghanistan who would be hurt, that there would be a cost to pay, the results would be worth it. In using utilitarianism, it's often hard to guess at how many will benefit, but one thing is certain, there's always winners and there's always losers, and some people will find the cost too high for the results that are gained. For example, many feel that animal research to test products before people use them is very worthwhile, and it's based on the utilitarian theory. Some people, however, feel that the result, animals being killed or harmed, is not worth it. Many make decisions based on individual rights, human rights and legal rights. In making ethical decisions, many people consider if you make a decision, will it threaten someone's life, their freedom, or the pursuit of happiness, or will it threaten someone's legal rights, their right to free speech, their right to religion, their right to assemble, their right to privacy, their right to not be illegally searched or seized. Finally, decisions can be made according to the concept of justice. What is fair according to societal standards? It's the idea that rewards and punishment should be fair according to what our culture believes in. For example, our society is based on capitalism. Very few people would think that it would be fair that, let's say, a cashier at Fred Meyer's should make the same salary as a doctor. It's the idea that if you put more training into your career, the result should be that you make more money. Now, within a communistic society, that wouldn't seem fair. It would seem more just that a cashier would make about the same as a doctor. So justice is determined according to what's fair according to a society's standards. There are basically two ways that most people judge fairness. Procedural justice refers to whether or not the process is fair. Is it legal? If someone is sent to jail, did they get the right to a fair trial and legal representation? If a student is failed from a class, did he or she have every opportunity to come to class, to complete the coursework? Were they given a syllabus and explained that what the course requirements were. If you're given a ticket for speeding, is there some proof by the police officer that you actually were speeding? And so if you were to receive a speeding ticket, you would probably think it's very unfair if there wasn't any proof that in fact you went above the speed limit. So within our society especially, procedural justice is important. Distributive justice refers to whether the result is fair, whether or not the rewards and punishment are fair according to our society's standards. For example, if you were given an exam in this class and you weren't given any of the information that you needed to learn in order to pass this test and you received an F, then you probably wouldn't think that the result was very fair. If you decide to go to law school and you spend 3 or 4 years pursuing your law degree, and your first job out of law school after several years in college, you make minimum wage, you would feel that your wages weren't fair. Okay, so in our society, distributive justice, we want results to be fair.